Hey, so what's up guys? Really good news. I was planning on doing a vlog. Problem was that my camera right now doesn't have any battery. So I'll delay the vlog for another day. But I have some really good news. I finally got an AVermedia Capture Card, which is pretty much pretty much all I needed in the last 1.5 years to be able to actually have really good quality of content. And when I say quality, I purely mean in the sense of like visual. What a capture card is basically does the same things that Fraps and Bandicam and all those DX Story, all those other programs that detect your frame rate and then you can also record with them. It does the same thing, but without any frame loss. Because obviously, when you're using software, your computer, you're putting weight on it. So when I use Fraps, I lose like half my frame rate. And I know that I shouldn't be doing that, mainly because Fraps records in huge file sizes, whereas AVermedia capture cards like this, they don't. They record, I think, at like half or a third of the size. I think I tested and tried to see like 2 minutes of Fraps recording was about 3 gigabytes or something like that, and no, that was a minute was like 2 gigabytes, yeah. And 3 minutes on this was like barely even a gigabyte. So you can tell there's a huge difference, and that's really important also space-wise, because when I'm recording in large quantities, I don't want my hard drive to be just clogged. I hate that. But more importantly, I don't lose any frames. What the footage you're watching right now is AVermedia footage. You can see how smooth and nice this is, and that's all I've been looking for. Especially because I use a laptop, I decided to get the AVermedia Gamer Portable, which is the newest model, I believe. And it's really small. It's actually really small. It's very convenient to use, and this is gonna be great in the future. I mean, this was an investment that I've been waiting to make for a very long time. And the reason why very often, you don't see me post content isn't because I'm not playing games or I'm busy. Sometimes that's the case, but sometimes it's because I know that I can't deliver at a good quality of content. The other thing is that some of you that follow YouTube and sort of social medias, you might know that overall YouTube in the last year has been going through some pretty drastic changes that I do not necessarily approve of. One of them is obviously the comments being changed and just the whole interface that makes it so much more inconvenient to actually engage with your community. The fact that you can now go into a comment and actually copy paste the whole Lord of the Rings book, and in a comment there's no word limit. It's really stupid. They might have fixed that. I don't know. That was like what it was in the first months. It was terrible. They might have fixed it by now, but even just now, the fact that I get random messages on YouTube about people liking random comments that I put on some video that I watched on some other guy's channel that I completely even forgot about, but people it sends me messages that people liked it every single time a person likes it or comments on it, and it's really annoying. I obviously have to mute it, but it doesn't send me the more important messages like when I get a personal message. And maybe some of you know how to do that. I haven't even tried. I pretty much got fed up with it. Haven't even bothered tweaking with YouTube anymore. But it's really annoying now because it's hard to actually find personal messages and all this more important stuff that I care about when I look at my channel and my videos. The other thing is monetization. I have been getting in the last year a lot more copyright notices for stuff that shouldn't be copyright, shouldn't be, there should be no problem with. And obviously, sometimes I send, a message and it's an automated system. I tell them, please fix this. It's annoying or whatever. I try to be polite, but I send them a message and sometimes they fix it. It's sometimes I guess the automated system just corrects it and removes the copyright notice. But sometimes it warns me as I do have a copyright notice and I'll get, a strike if I try to dispute it. And this has happened with friends of mine that I've used, let's say, their music. They've given me permission. I've sent in the little comment thing where that you can say I have permission. You have to put down like the signature and all that of the person that gave you the permission. I write that down, and still, I can still get a copyright notice and even a strike. And that for me kind of draws the line. It kind of annoys me. This system was introduced years ago, so it's nothing that huge. That's not the problem. The problem is it's even more strict now. You can get a copyright notice for things like small little things such as using music from the gameplay of the game that you're playing. That's just, that makes no sense. Like I might be playing, let's say, Guild Wars. This hasn't happened with Guild Wars, but it might happen with other games. I might be playing Guild Wars, and I could get a copyright notice that I'm using Jeremy Soul's music, and even if it's just from the game, I have to now turn off basically the music in the game, and that kind of destroys a big, I think, part of a game, what the game's about, when you're trying to show other people your content, right? And I don't have this problem with Guild Wars. I think they're pretty good, but it happens with other games I try to review over time. Okay, the next reason why YouTube is kind of reached a point, in my opinion, where it's stagnated is it's just natural. It's the fact that it's been around for so many years, and there have been people that started a very, very long time ago. I've been around since 2009, but I haven't been consistent with my content. I'll be honest, I never tried to be as consistent because there have always been, I think, problems that sort of annoyed me, and I'd rather withhold videos rather than produce really bad quality videos that then I'd in the future want to delete. It's happened to me now that I've deleted some of my oldest videos where I barely even spoke English, because some of you know English is my second language. So, I deleted some of those videos. Obviously, if someone wants to, I've left like one or two of them, but if someone wants to watch some of that and, get the sort of motivation to, really understand that you can pretty much learn a language and do much better, just if you tried it, just if you wanted to. I can send you, the oldest videos that I have, like on Skype or something, on Dropbox or whatever. But I deleted them for my personal, sort of, I was personally annoyed because I didn't want to have those sort of bad quality videos. A lot of them were 4:3 because my monitor back then was like that. It was just pretty bad. But there are people that have started way back, and not even necessarily people that started. It's not so much about when they started. It's about, I think, how many of those people there are right now that have been very consistent for a pretty good amount of time, 1-2 years at least. And they become very, very successful, right, on YouTube. You have PewDiePie, you have people like Markiplier, you have all these like huge people that are now celebrities, basically. And when it comes to a lot of content, and also you also have the gaming sites. Let's not forget IGN and all these review sites. Back in the day, there was like Machinima, and IGN was sort of there. They were there, but I feel like there was a lot more opportunity to make a video of, let's say, a product that you bought and upload it fairly early and still get a good amount of views. Now there's like hundreds of people that get them, and even if hundreds isn't that much on a scale of YouTube, if every one of those people does a video of it and you get it when the product actually releases, you're still late to the party. And it becomes more of an issue. The more people there are, the more people that actually get these privileges, it's much harder. And I'm not trying to complain here. This is totally normal. It happens in every single place. But let me get straight to the point. I'm thinking at this stage to go back into live streaming. That's the main reason I got the capture card, because it's very, very good for live streaming. Live streaming is pretty intense on your system, so a capture card is very, very helpful. It takes a lot of that weight away. So guys know before I used to do the podcast, but it wasn't really me playing a game or anything like that. It was just a podcast with 2 webcams, me and Deeger. And back then I didn't even have a good computer. I had like a Toshiba laptop, and I had a $15 microphone. I think it was $15, something like that. But and then I got the Lenovo, which wasn't also all that great, and it started like overheating, and I think half of the computer melted in the coming year. The first year that I got it, it melted basically. So then I got this computer, which Deeger built for me. It's a custom-made laptop, and I've been using laptops for the last 4 years. I'm really happy with this computer. I don't think you need a huge tower to actually do videos or even live stream at 1080p. I don't think you do need it. I mean, you can do really good quality, and a lot of the time it's also about the person. Like if people like you, they're still gonna watch you, even if sometimes you're live streaming at 720p, or maybe you're not the highest quality, or maybe your game doesn't have, you know, you're not playing your game at the highest possible settings. That doesn't matter that much. As long as you get that, you have the benchmark 1080p, relatively good audio, relatively good microphone, and then now I have a really good microphone, so that's not a problem. I just need to learn how to use some of the noise removal stuff a little bit better. I mean, I'm using Audacity, but I want to make it a little bit more crisp. Like this video, you might be listening to it, and it might not be that great. So I'm gonna try and see if I can, over the next months, fix this stuff. And I say months because let me get back to the live streaming thing. Don't worry, like I'm still gonna be doing YouTube and stuff like that. And we're a fairly small community. There's people that watch me that are either from past guilds or some of the first people I even met on YouTube or even on the internet. There's people that have been on this channel. I've been at this 200 sort of people subscriber milestone for quite a while, and these people are very consistent. They've been watching me for so long. I know them, most of them, so that's why I'm still going to be doing also YouTube. I still enjoy it, don't get me wrong. I love doing videos. It's much different than Twitch. I think you can do both of them and they're still very different. Now Twitch is much easier to do at a regular basis, whereas videos, I think what I'm gonna be doing with videos, I'm never gonna be doing Let's Plays or stuff like that. Maybe I could do like VODs, I could upload them to YouTube as long as there are, again, no copyright problems. But for the most part, Let's Plays and all that stuff, let me just tell you, you can't be successful anymore with Let's Plays. It doesn't matter what game you're doing, as long as there are all these huge other people that already do Let's Plays. If you want to do Let's Plays, just go on Twitch and play a video game and live stream it. It's actually more fun because you're talking to people. And the cool thing is that with YouTube, I can still do, like recently I've been doing those like little Derp Wars 2, that like little mini series, and Arnold and Bane invade Guild Wars 2, kind of like more of a comedy parody, if you can call it, style. I've been doing those, and they're generally like shorter videos as well. And obviously I'm still going to be doing like guides or like special, vlogs and update videos like this, and also rants. I'm going to be doing rants and basically the same stuff I've always been doing. But for the podcast, basically, the podcast, unless there's no internet, well, internet is terrible and I can't live stream, or let's say a Let's Play, if we can call it that, that stuff I would be doing on Twitch. Twitch allows you to do this sort of longer time, I don't know how to word it correctly, but yeah, basically content that's being produced over a larger period of time, like a couple of hours, not just like a 15-minute video. Yeah, I'll be trying to see if I can get some people as well to do the podcast. Most likely it'll be at the end of the summer or during the summer, I'm not sure, but definitely next year during the fall. And that's my phone. During the fall, I'll definitely, that's I think when I can really get into live streaming a lot more, because I'll move into a flat in university, into a new flat that actually has really good internet. I've already checked and I've already saved myself a spot, but that's what I've been waiting for quite a while. Whereas the internet here is terrible. It really is. I don't know how live streaming is gonna work. I'm gonna try, but it's pretty bad. There are also other things that I need to take care of before I actually, start live streaming, I think. Like overlays and maybe like an intro and an outro. This stuff wasn't necessary back then because live streaming was still so young. But if you want to, again, it all depends on what your competition is. People now on Twitch with every day are having much better, higher quality live streams, and they have like the nice overlays and like the cool message when somebody donates and the subscription little thing. And a dude, I'll send you guys to watch this guy. I actually watch him almost every day on Twitch. His name is Lyric. He live streams life mods and like shooters and simulators, stuff like that, DayZ. He got even a voice actor to do a Morgan Freeman voice for him for when somebody subscribes or donates. And that stuff is like really cool, but what it means is I need to try harder as well, and that's actually great. It creates this really nice sort of competitive spirit, but not like the way it is in YouTube, because in YouTube there's still that competitiveness, but it's almost impossible for you to actually, it's like you being a fly and trying to fight against an elephant. Whereas on Twitch, it's more like if a live streamer that's been live streaming for like a year, 2 or 3 is a lion, you're like a cub, and all you need to do is just grow up, get sort of an audience, you know, just develop. That's all you need to do, and if people like you, they're gonna watch you. Whereas on YouTube, even if people do like you, the hard thing is there might be so many people out there that will like you. You might have so much potential, and they'll never even know that you exist, because it's so hard to find people on YouTube, because again, there's so many people. So that's kind of what I really wanted to talk about in this video. As you can see, the quality now is much better. I have like no frame loss at all. This is pretty much at like 50 FPS most of this footage. There was a little bit of screen tearing at one point, but I think I was able to fix it. I had to go into my NVIDIA settings and put my graphics card onto VSync, vertical sync. It doesn't work if you do it from the game, because the HDMI it just doesn't work that way. You need to do it from your actual computer, like your actual computer screen, not the game, not the system. So just turn it on, and if you ever have screen tearing, and I mean, if people want me to do an actual review of the physical thing, it's right behind my laptop actually right now. But if people want me to do it, I can totally do that. I can show you kind of my setup. I'll do a vlog next couple of days. But you know, until then, guys, I'm gonna be still doing videos. It's actually much easier for me to do videos now, so I can go into that first. That's kind of the first step. And even if I don't get that many views, that's totally fine. I don't care anymore. Twitch is the big thing that I'm sort of aiming for, and you know, I can get that started as soon as I can get it started. You know, it all depends on the internet. Now I finally have all the equipment I need. I have the Blue Yeti microphone, which obviously I know people overhype it, but it's still a good microphone. It's a good USB microphone. You know, I have the good microphone. I have a nice computer. I have the capture card. I have pretty much all the other gaming equipment I need, like a nice mouse, the Razer Nostromo, which pretty much when I play Guild Wars especially replaces my whole keyboard. You know, I have pretty much everything I need. Now the only thing is internet, which sounds so simple, but when you're a student in university, getting good internet is not necessarily the easiest thing. So yeah, guys, this is all really good news. That's all I want to say to you, especially the few people that watch me. For you guys, you know, I'll be able to talk with you now on Twitch. It's awesome. You know, we can chat in the chat room and play games together. You don't have to just watch me. Like recently, I've started watching. I mean, obviously, since I started watching live streams like Lyric, I tried to afterwards go and watch a Let's Play, and it was the most boring thing ever. It was so boring. But it just shows how much, you know, the internet really is changing, and gaming really. Game created content. That sounds weird. Content, yeah, content makers and content itself is changing. The demand for content, what people want. And I really hope live streaming has a pretty bright future. I really do. A pretty long lifespan, I'm hoping. Especially Twitch. Because Twitch right now is pretty much the biggest, but you never know. You never know what's going to happen. But I'd rather have Twitch. I like Twitch. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching. And I hope you guys are excited as I am, because this is all awesome. The next step is getting a Nintendo 3DS capture card. That's the last thing, by the way. That's gonna be awesome, because I'll be finally able to live stream also 3DS games. Anyways, see you guys.